Seems like impossible standards, but let's see whether or not they can actually live up to those. They've got themselves quite a bit of utility across the bunch of them. Flashes has been distributed, 2 smokes as well. And the A-bomb site is the destination of attack.
Yeah, my win condition might be different than Godsent's, but getting this pistol could go a long way.
Flash is dodged out. The first one is away. Neo frags look great on the USP so far, and already starting off with a quick little tippy tappers. Will be quickly dinked back himself, but it doesn't mean he's not ready and fit to fight for more. It's Dexter to come in and add a bit more to the conversation, but the
third round buy instead. Plofsky taking a lot of damage to the Molotov and actually capitalizing on some earlier spam onto Flames. Trade available, no one else taking up the mantle in that mid-control, but there are Godsent players hovering around that deep smoke that do want to reassert themselves, and Neofrag caught worse for wear, a man advantage for Godsent.
Dexter has to be the one to be called into order. Rusty had heard sound cues of the retreat initially, and he thought that Trita was left completely empty, but actually the empty area of the map is the A-bomb site. Niko nowhere nearby to populate it, and with Neofrag's earlier demise, they might have given the call out that the anchor is not present here. Free bomb plot. Well, don't mind if I do.
Can't lose this duel. Joel, toying with utility. Niko finally wide swinging, hits the dink, and Fiku does find the trade, but Draken collects on 2. Now it's a Dexter 1-on-2 that he'll have to pry in. Has a kit, has a smoke, but now smoked off of the entrance of Donut. Creeping through it, jumping in fact, and Draken will catch him as well. 3 kills on him. Could have certainly put up more of a fight had Dexter gone missing.
OG would have also been putting up no fight whatsoever in Inferno if Dexter wasn't there. Great start once again. Like you said, the instigator will be able to find one, and Neofrag's right there with him, shoulder to shoulder, to collect on the second. Flames, well, he doesn't mind being given freebies. Home delivery is quite nice, actually.
Yeah, just a much more assertive presence this time over from OG. That's the only reason that Flames is kind of teed up for a free kill. They're trying to find some level of a counter reaction, some place in which they can occupy some territory as a result of losing A main so quickly. It only digs them deeper in the hole. Flames a Molotov down. One that will not extend past the red room. Plopsky unscathed. But so hard to recover around in this position. Plopsky's got the bomb on his shoulders as well. And it's already being held for. Should he go past this singular sightline? Yeah, wow. Hard angle to clear. I mean, Flames' head is almost entirely tucked as well. Courtesy of the fact that the model sort of crouches down off and to the right. Good understanding of what angles are super advantageous. Also while playing defensive. So Rusty, not much you can do. He will continue to...
Joel? Oh, what a shot from Flames. Joel was holding on for that as well. Flames just dominates him on the duel, and that's the advantage given up. And because of the Molotov, they can't even use the time to push into the B-bomb side. Dexter misses the shot, but Fiku's here to pick up the slack, and Dexter's been given a second chance. It's all he normally needs, and, well, will end up falling eventually, but trades are all over the place, and his op can be recovered pretty soon as well. Tracker's only got 4 HP to play the round out.
Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Wow. That looked like it was a trade lined up every day of the week. Flames was trying to pull out a smoke, but knew that there was one more close by, courtesy that spam, and Fiku's also found another frag. Deep push through B has immediately stopped the plans here of Godsent, but it was Flames that kicked it all off. Again, it's one of these sort of counter actions that Godsent are trying to pry back in with, but they are falling to pieces in this round, getting picked apart.
Flames has looked very good at being able to hold down the red room. He's so hyper aware of any sort of leanings that might have opened up for him, but more importantly, just look at the man's aim. Look at it. You know he's not going to go missing for 3 maps in a row. It seems so unlikely, and that is going to be the case. He's started to show up over here, and Godsent should be quivering in their boots.
Yeah, that's the fear. You know, that's effectively considering Flames' consistency at such a young age as well. For him to be so consistent for OG typically. Like, Godsent must have been ecstatic. The fact that he wasn't having one of his sort of typical games. They weren't even fighting at full force, and they were still able to win their map pick rather handily. The wall that is down to isolate Fiku inside of the site, but Rusty tagged down and Flames collecting on the double. They wanted to try and split it. They wanted to go nice and quick, but they've ended up empty-handed once again. Not a lick of damage on.
You got to peek forward as well, lines him up, and Rusty ends up taking down ZTR. I say lucky coincidences, and it's really just the opposite of that. You took a 4-leaf clover and you burnt it. It's just not working out for them. Molotov forces away Draken as well. Position given up, and OG are okay with the map state being as it is. Flames is even getting ready to start aggressing forward. Neofrag doing the same. When these smokes finish up in middle, that will be their time to start to strike.
And Fiku's alone. Still has a smoke that he can deploy to try and delay as best he can, but considering they could have had a 5-on-4, I imagine they wanted to accelerate, just simply can't. Now smoke down the short side. Dexter's vision will be denied, but Long is still unoccupied, unfazed, unsmoked. The flash does peel Dexter off the angle, and Fiku's been found. Dexter can try and take some room, trying his best to deny that plant, or at least prevent that planter from sitting in a post. Dexter fully burned to the flames. He thought that Molotov was going to extinguish a little sooner. I'm not calling it a massive blunder just yet, but that's certainly...
entirely.
Yeah. Hard position to combat against. But it's a steep climb all the way through here from Godsent. Spam is round the money. Draken tagged up earlier as well via utility.
Oh my god, he just keeps it going.
God.
Go. Bring the right shields.
Norwegian cosplay from Niko. Rain, usually the... I think the man that made that look the most consistent, I think, of anyone. But Niko can do it just as well.
Rusty doesn't even try, just backs off.
Listen, they're on 5. They need whatever they can get. And they've got to try and leverage these numbers somehow. That's always one of the things about the T side. You know, CTs need to fan out, need to consider a number of different possibilities. So, clumping up together could be the right call. Dexter is still undeterred from his angle. Molotov finally forcing him back, and it is reciprocated with one of his own. 30 seconds. Godsent got to go.
Great position from Dexter to be inside as well. Smoke out to cover off his behind, and it's Rusty's going to be given a little bit more space to maneuver around it, but Dexter's dropped the bomb. Repeak's not possible. Plopsky's found it. Neofrag being given a lot of space to start moving back in. He's likely to be the first point of contact at the bomb site. The bomb site. Will have the bomb dropped down, not planted. Rusty still not able to find too much at all. A single kill.
The exact fast as well.
Into really trying to accelerate in. Slow plays just haven't worked out for them. Fiku traded out. Rusty keeps it going. Dexter fully blind by a teammate, in fact, but Niko's made his way over. Will be traded. Draken to take him down. Flame still. They're going to get aggressive around the corner. Grenade is good. Blobsky is gone. And that's right back to the 2-on-2. Neofrag also just wants to keep on fighting. He's the one with the HP. Don't forget, Flames has to be a bit sneakier. Well, Neofrag, here's the bomb being planted, giving away his position as well as he goes for the jump up as well. Draken around the corner, turned around. Neofrag, he's got it done. OG will once again find 12. Godsent locked out of the game so far, and in such a massive way. Flames has been looking fantastic so far on the T side. I can't imagine he's going to be any less deadly. Godsent have got to bring it back.
No rifle failings in from OG on that CT side, and collecting on a pistol could just seal their fate. Rusty doing his best, but Draken finding one through smoke just as that bomb's going to be planted. This will be a man advantage for this retake, and they've got a kit on DTR, but they need to keep their numbers healthy. Flames gone with just that singular kill, but Rusty, that immediate counter is substantial, and they found a numbers advantage still to hold on to, but Plopsky on 2 HP. Dexter has to fight for his life in the site.
Will be turning around, but can't actually find the kills. ETR finally goes down. Dexter from his last bullet and his last point of health will come through the triple.
4 spies on 4 spies. That's the desperate circumstance Godsent finds themselves in. And it might just mean a swifter demise. SMG's peeling forward. They do find at least one kill, and Plopsky capitalizing on a player turn the wrong direction. Dexter's the only one with counter kills. Oh, good move there from ZTR, unsuspecting, with so much presence over towards B for ZTR to be the man to suddenly take all that space through mid. They left A completely vacant.
And Dexter, at this stage, might even want to consider throwing away the op. Won't be given the opportunity to do so. Draken around the corner. Dexter lands a shot. That looked like it was barely down to the hairline. If he can get another one, you know he's going to start to go for this. Dexter might already be considering it. He does have the bomb. HP is really the major mitigating factor. Plopsky hidden away in ZTR. This is not a great angle, Dexter.
So the first time we'll see it this half. And Draken continuing to show what he's made of. So another kill found. They have that secondary AWP in Joel's hands as well. So while they have information on where one of these AWPs is, do they suspect that there are two?
Misses out the shot. Takes a fair bit of damage for it as well. But it is ZTR once again. He's been a menace. He's been an absolute menace in middle. He's been so much of the reason why they're able to actually hold on to a few of these rounds and situations. Fiku does push him off, and ZTR has requested for some backup to come through in the form of Joel, but he still does have to just win the duel out on his own. Joel, at best, can try and find a trade, and with the flashbang forward, Joel, collision course is there. Fiku is swung out, and Joel's secondary up is now on the ground. Rusty as well. Peeks forward, will at least recover the advantage that was once lost. But even so, 2 and 3, and the CTs are split apart quite heavily.
Yeah, Draken's got that up inside of Cave, and even moving further forward. If they don't get this bomb across quick, they could be in for a world of hurt. Dexter's got around this corner. Draken, flash is good, but Vest, once again, that was only the half buy from OG. Oh, opening kill as well. ZTR trying his best to, once again, sort of attain and hold on to this mid control, but ends up at a deficit here for Godsent.
Be careful, fully blinded, but they're not able to close the distance fast enough. Draken is able to retreat, but Joel spam finds him nothing. Deep Molotov, and that'll be forcing back Draken and Joel once again. They do get the smoke up, but Fiku's been given space in the meanwhile. They're falling apart. Draken inching back towards what looks to be a save. They will have money to buy in the next round regardless, so wouldn't hate them for going for the attempt. It feels like allowing them to get 15 is a bit much, and Dexter has been able to guarantee them just that.
Considering that last round was so expensive as well, you know, holding on to this AWP is going to be pivotal. You know, the fact that Draken's got some floating cash, he can buy a couple of rifles over to his teammates that don't have the same kind of floating funds. But OG are fanning out, searching for this weapon. You know, playing the long game doesn't make sense when you're already so close to the finish line. Draken, if he's able to escape with this, does change the tone here for Godsent. They're going to have to fight for overtime now.
Flames out in the open, caught out. Joel takes him down. Great advantage to get. The price of abandoning the A-bomb set is one that they will not have to pay. The lurkers back to A are so far away. Niko, good for one, but in the meanwhile, Dexter has fallen to the flames on the other side of the map. Niko caught out as well, but it's actually him who's able to return fire, only to be found by Rusty later on into the round. Bomb's been dropped, and Fiku is now expected to be on that lurk, coming in from behind a 1-on-3, which he's got no choice but to attempt, but very little chance to actually come out on top of. Causing in makes it so difficult to actually get a bomb plant in once Draken makes his way over. Great grenade, and Joel's got the follow-up as well. Flames will fall, and the bomb is inside the smoke. Fiku to recover it, yes, but getting the plant is a whole different story. The smokes have dissipated, and the CTs are arriving. Godsent are closing in the noose on OG's neck, and it feels like they've got no choice but to fight, and a fight that they just cannot find. The CT's giving them nothing. Flashbang is great, but no peeks behind it either. Niko will be given nothing because they're just waiting for Plopsky to activate. Coming in from behind, Plopsky will however be found, and now a missed shot as well. Draken is going to have to get this kill one way or another, but Niko's found it. Fiku will fall while the bomb is being planted. A 3-on-2, and now the Griffin catches out Dexter. Niko, demise has been made. That utility being used, and ZTR just going to back off, ask for assistance to come in, and with both players actually keeping an eye out, Flames will have a rough time, but he instead prioritizes Joel. Joel is down, and the A bomb site is still empty. ZTR trying to hightail it back. He misses his first chance, and that's the only chance that he's going to get. Flames brings it back to a 5-on-3. He's right back on it.
This middle execution was perfect as well from OG, through so much chaos, even dividing the presence of Godsent between the B and the red room. So these three players have to pull up their socks, and rather high. OG still with 5 alive, and flash in. They're going to try and instigate Rusty, finding one. Fiku gone, the trade unsuccessful. Niko trapped in at the boxes, no one in a position to help. Neofrag the best one for it, but such a slimline angle. Niko finally getting his kill, and now these other players swarm on out. Draken's Deeg in a drive-by. They've got a smoke that they can deploy on this bomb, but they need to get on it rather quick. Draken, Plopsky, they both have kits, but they're not actually peeking forward facing. Plopsky losing his teammate, and OG